welcome back to CBSN. We are here with CBS This Morning senior producer Diana Miller.
Hello.
What's up?
You know, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday, but today, a continuation of our discussion yesterday,
I know, and you got to meet him.
I got to meet him. We got to interview him on CBSN. It was awesome.
I was so happy when I saw that. He spent, you know, a good chunk of time on our show, and then he came over to CBSN, as so many of our guests do.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Vlad's going to eat this up.
We could barely contain our excitement. Going back to the CBS This Morning interview, we were just saying how I love that Gail's probably the only interviewer who can ask a famous musician whose look is like these sunglasses. Can you take off your sunglasses?
And he was like, I do have eyes. Then he put them right back on, which is awesome.
But it was like he probably got further than anybody else has in broadcast news. So that was really cool. So tomorrow, what's going on?
Tomorrow, so we've got a really interesting investigation tomorrow. The New York Times just posted this big article about nail salons in New York. And as soon as it posted, it started getting a ton of pickup, and we've watched it rise all the way up to most viewed, most emailed list. And they went inside and found out the working conditions and the pay conditions that are actually going on at these nail salons that charge $10 for a manicure, which is really affordable.
Right.
Well, now we find out why. And the author and the investigator of this piece, and there's a part 2 tomorrow, is going to be live on our show.
I read the piece, and it's an amazing piece. Sarah Vladimir, she did it, and I think it was a piece that took her a very long time to report. And a lot of people on Twitter are sort of saying, why is this news, people? You're only paying $10 for your manicure.
Exactly, but it's something that I think people don't necessarily take the time to want to know about. And you know, the amount of depth she was able to go into in terms of finding out where these people are coming from, the living conditions, they're often getting paid just $30 a day for 6 to 7 day weeks, 10 and 12 hours a day. I mean, it's really really astounding when you read about it. And she will tell us about the fact that oftentimes they're so resistant to talk because of fears of retribution, and that's even been found on the investigation side with the Department of Labor. So a lot of important stuff.
I bet a lot of people are going to tune in to watch that because it's such an important piece and it's gotten so much heat today that's well done on getting that interview. That's huge.
Yeah, no, we're excited about it, and part 2 is really interesting too. It talks about a whole other side of the industry. So
cool.
Yeah.
And it's Mother's Day is Sunday.
I know.
I don't forget. I know, Mom. I just sort of feel her on my shoulder.
What
here.
Are you doing? Okay.
It's a big surprise, Diana.
What we have going on tomorrow.
Big surprise, Mom.
I already ordered the flowers. So we've got a great story about an awesome mom tomorrow. She's a military mom. 4 of her kids are all officers in the military. She's sent them to war 8 times.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've got a great story. Wyatt Andrews went and talked to her, and here's a clip of her talking about what it feels like when you're sending your kids out in that condition.
I would hold it together until they disappeared, and then I'd be a sobbing mess somewhere behind a bush, and that would be how I would deal with it. Because to me, that was that moment of transition from me as a mother with complete control to I have no control at all.
Wow, it's got to be incredibly hard. Although a lot moms and dads have been doing this for millennia, sending their children off to war, but to have all 4.
Yeah, and she's got that unique perspective. The reason she's now written a book called Be Safe, Love Mom, as sort of a letter to her kids, is to help share that feeling and that sentiment, the pride and also the fears with other military parents.
You really can't do it. I mean, it's one thing, you want the best for your children. Obviously, I don't have kids, but you want the best for them, but you also can't sort of stand in their way if they decide to do something.
Yeah, no, and they're a big military family, and they're supportive and obviously super proud, and they've got a good story to tell. So
I wish I had a good story to tell my mom about where I'm going to be on Sunday.
Yeah, you better come up with something fast.
I know. Hope she's not watching.
That. Yeah.
What about you? Let me put you on the hot seat.
I said I'm going to be here on Sunday working. So I've deployed my brother to be down in Virginia with my mom and sharing all the love.
All right, you get a pass.
You could come up with a breaking news story.
That's awesome. All right, well, happy Mother's Day to both our moms.
Happy Mother's Day.
We're saying this on TV.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day. This is CBSN, always on. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Did you see me like, humana?